So this patient has an obviously dense, and in fact it's a red-black nucleus. And these present, as we all know, special challenges to phacoemulsification. One of them is to see the capsulorhexis, so we will be using trypan blue here and go through the specifics of this type of complex case. So we're going to be putting a toric IOL in here, so we've marked the axis, and there's our side port incision made a little bit bigger than the eye knife blade itself, and now a 2.4 millimeter keratome. And whenever there's a little resistance to get in, wiggle it like that. Here comes our trypan. First air is injected and then the trypan, and we're going to be very generous with the trypan here. Let's really coat the surface. That's intraocular lidocaine. And now we'll inject viscoat distal to the air bubble, forcing it out of the eye. Now let's incise the capsule, and you can see that we've got a pretty good stain there. With the extremely dense nucleus, we usually want a bit larger capsulorhexis. We're going to be using very high power. And if we get near the anterior capsule, we could tear it with the ultrasonic power. So if we've got a little bit larger rhexis, then we're not applying ultrasonic energy near it. So we're going to do hydrodissection here, sweep along under the capsule. I want to make sure we get the nucleus loose. You could see it tilt up there if you're watching in 3D. And then we're going to do 360 degrees of viscodissection. And to get the subincisional viscodissection, we'll have to go through the side port opening here. So I've inserted the curved big ball chopper here, and now the phaco tip. Just clearing out some viscoat on top of the lens. So I'm going to slide the chopper out over the equator, and this is to hold the nucleus still. The dense nuclei, they chatter away from you even while you're sculpting. So if you can hold it still, you'll make more headway as you sculpt. And what I want to do here is to get down to, I can't get a red reflex out of a red-black nucleus. By the time you get a red reflex, you're through it. But I want to try and see the shiny epinucleus if I can. I'm going to try and chop here and just see what happens. Can't get that to chop. Sculpt a little deeper. And then try again to chop. This is an impale chop. A little bit. Could see a little bit of success there. So I'm going to try and rotate this nucleus and sculpt the other direction. And there I'm seeing something. So look at this in slow motion. Rotate the nucleus, let go, it bounces back. Here it goes again. Rotate the nucleus, maybe a clock hour or so, bounces back. That's nucleus rebound, and that's an ominous sign of zonular laxity. Okay, I'm going to use the capsule retractors. So I'm going to fill the anterior chamber with the viscoat now to protect our cornea as we go forward. And I'm going to make 4 vertical punctures. And I try to avoid 6 and 12 o'clock because they're near the lids, and the retractors that I'm going to put in there could be contacted by the lids and twist around and even tear the capsule. So you can see I'm putting them, this one there is between the two incisions. And now in goes the retractors. Here's the 4th one going in. 3 are already in. And you place these just at the capsular excess margin. You don't retract the actual anterior capsule. It's just to hold it in position. So back in we go to hopefully complete the phaco. Now watch rotation. This is a key thing. Watch what it's so easy. Why is that so easy now? The retractors hold the capsule in place, so it's easy to rotate the nucleus. Otherwise, the rebound occurs when the nucleus and capsule rotate a bit together, and then the stretch-zonule returns when you release it. So I think we're good now. So I'm going to proceed and do more sculpting, deeper and deeper. And there you see that shininess right there. That's epinucleus. So there's an impale chop. And let's do another chop right here. Impaling, get up to about 300 of vacuum, hold it and chop it. I would not want to be doing this without the retractors in there. Wet the cornea. Quadrant removal. So now I'm using 600 of vacuum here to hold on to these segments and draw them centrally. I'm still at only 60% power. If I ever don't make headway, I'll increase that to usually 80% power, but so far so good. And I try to delay hitting foot pedal position 3 until the vacuum level is high. Sculpt. Wet the cornea. Okay. Quadrant removal. I just did an impale chop to divide that nucleus. Do you have any more?
Sorry?
Do you have any more viscoat?
No. Can I get a visco, please?
I don't need it. Never mind.
You want that?
No.
It's okay.
I'll let you know if I need it. I just want to know if you had any.
No more.
So we're getting down to this smaller pieces with the exception of this one here. And I'm going to stay right in the center. Protect the posterior capsule with the chopper. You can see it behind the fragment because we've come a long way here. We don't want an infusion misdirection syndrome to bring the capsule up to the phaco tip. So the chopper's back there. So the INA tips in, and there's not much cortex here. We'll just vacuum there and a little sub-incisional. Looks good. So I'm going to fill the posterior chamber, the capsular sac, with OVD. And I'm going to remove the retractors. Here's the last one being removed for IOL insertion. now just going to inject the IOL. I don't think we need a capsular tension ring in this 92-year-old patient. And the zonial behaved okay once we got those retractors in, and during INA, no dehiscence anyway. So there's our IOL in the capsular sac. And it's a toric IOL. We do want to get the OVD out from behind, so I'm going underneath the optic here. And then I'll irrigate the OVD from the anterior chamber. And we'll irrigate it from the anterior chamber angle. The toric IOL is almost in position there. And here's our final view after irrigating the anterior chamber angle and rotating the IOL into the desired axis. And that's this procedure, complex one, made much easier by the use of capsule retractors.